So today is all about stretches for the inflexible. Now, believe it or not, I'm one of those people. No matter how much dance and Pilates I've done, it's definitely got better, but I'm still, I would say, on the side of being inflexible than flexible. And I know how frustrating it can be when you can't even get into the stretches that you're supposed to be doing to make you flexible. So today, hopefully you'll be able to do most, if not all of these stretches, and yeah, you can use it daily. So if you've got pillows or maybe some blocks or some thick books with you, go and grab them, some cushions. It's gonna really, really help you out and get a little bit of space and come and join me. Just really, really quickly, if we haven't met before, I'm Emma. I teach breathwork, Pilates and meditation on this channel. Guide dog Archie is at the side. He might join us, he might not, we'll see. But I have him because I am registered severely sight impaired, otherwise known as blind. So audio describing is my priority. So I try to really describe as much as I can, meaning that even if you're not blind or visually impaired, hopefully you can close your eyes, settle in, and you can take a little screen break. So yeah, let's get ready to go. So we're gonna start standing. And we're going to have our feet about a fist distance apart, so they're quite close together. And I just want you to stand as tall as you possibly can, slightly pulling the chin in. Let your shoulders relax away from your ears, and just start by noticing how your body's feeling. Are there any areas already where you're feeling, oh, I feel a little bit tight? You know, just notice it. Because hopefully by the end, we'll start to feel that difference. We'll start to notice that difference. Let's start by taking a nice deep breath in. Now you might be thinking, what has breathing got to do with it? The more relaxed we are, the easier it will be to stretch. Take a little exhale, or a big exhale rather, through the mouth. And just feel your body relaxing. We'll go again, take a deep breath in through your nose. And on your exhale, try to make your exhale a little bit longer than your inhale. Maybe closing your eyes. Again, the more relaxed we are, the easier it will be to stretch. Good. Relax those arms, nod your chin to the chest. Imagine you've got a tennis ball underneath your chin, so you're getting a real nice stretch down the back of the neck. And then you're going to try fold your chest and your upper back over your legs. Now try to do this without your feet shifting. There's equal weight for your feet, and try not to send your hips back. Imagine there's a wall, or you might want to stand against a wall, and you can't send the hips back. Now you're going to keep rolling all the way down, not sending the hips back, going straight over. And you might get about halfway, you might be able to reach a little bit more. But you're just going to roll down to where you start feeling a stretch through the back of the legs. So you might need to bend the knees a little bit more, and just notice where you're reaching to now. Take a little mental note of it, because hopefully by the end you'll notice a difference. Okay, from here, bend your knees, come all the way down into a crouch, lifting your heels, get a little stretch through the toes. Now place your hands to the floor and slowly send your tailbone up to the ceiling, crown of the head to the floor, and see how much you can straighten your legs while your hands stay on the floor. Now, it might not be very much, and that's okay. And then continue to straighten the legs and roll all the way up, sending your tailbone down towards the heels, and you're restacking bone by bone all the way up to standing. Okay, we're gonna do that a couple more times. So we're rolling down, chin to the chest. See how the back feels. We start to get into the back a little bit more later on. See how far you can reach, feel that stretch. Now remember, don't send the hips back. We're going to bend through the knees, come down into a little crouch, allowing the hands to maybe now touch the floor. Now see if you can keep the hands to the floor as you slowly push your heels down, start to straighten your legs. It might not be much. You might feel you can go a little bit more. And then slowly roll all the way up to standing. Let's do that one last time. So we nod the chin. We're going to take a roll all the way down, up and over the legs. Reach down to where you can, and maybe there's one side that feels tighter than the other. Come all the way down into a crouch. Press the heels to the floor, hands are on the floor. How much can you straighten those legs while the hands stay down? It might not be much. And then slowly roll all the way up to standing. Good. On the next one, we're going to roll all the way down. Remember to breathe still. You're going to bend your knees and we're going to sit all the way down on the mat. Now here's where the blocks or your cushion will come in handy. The more lifted your hips are, the easier it will be to sit in these stretches. So I'm going to grab a block. So you're going to bring the soles of the feet together. So really feel the contact of the feet coming together. The knees are going to open out to the side like a little frog or butterfly. And you're going to sit as tall as you possibly can. So you might be holding, above the ankles, the knees, but use those hands on the legs to help lift you nice and tall. I would rather you have your legs further away from you and sit tall rather than really rounding back, but your legs are close, okay? So your knees might be quite high up. Again, that's okay. You might want to sit on another cushion to do this. But just find a little bit of length through the spine. And then you can slowly, as you sit in this stretch, start to press the legs out to the side a little more. Start to bring your feet a little closer. So we're going to stay in this position a little bit longer while we do some stretches for the neck, the shoulders. And you should find that as we hold this, your legs start to stretch out a little bit, your inner legs. So as we hold our frog stretch, we're just going to drop the ear to the shoulder. You're going to roll the chin all the way around to your chest. Take the head to the other side and then just reverse. So take it slow and just notice if there's any tight areas for your neck. Maybe if you're scrunching your shoulders up to your ears, just let them relax. Good. And then on the next one, we're going to keep our ear all the way over to the shoulder. You're going to take your hand on the side of your head, not yanking on the head, just adding a little bit of weight. And just let your ear become a little bit closer or come a little closer to your shoulder, stretching down the side of the neck. Now you want to try stay nice and equal through both sit bones. You want your opposite shoulder to stay away from your ear. Good. And then on this same side, you're going to turn your head so it's in towards that armpit you was leaning towards. Your hand now goes behind the back of the head and you're going to nod your chin all the way down to the chest. I'm not going to nod as much because I know the microphone's there. But you're going to feel, hopefully, this stretch deepening around the neck. Really nice if you wake up maybe with like a stiff neck. You're working at a desk. And then come up and do the same to the other side. So the ear will drop to the shoulder, hand on the side of the head. Now you can always hold these stretches a little bit longer if you want to as well, depending on what you need. Remember to breathe. Good, turn the head in towards your armpit, hand on the back of the head, nod your nose to your armpit, lovely. And just breathe. Maybe you can start bringing your feet in a little closer and pressing more into those inner legs as they start to stretch out. Good, we're going to lift the head up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders out, give them a little roll, a couple of times one way, a couple of times back the other. And then just let the legs kind of sway from side to side, get any kind of pain from holding that stretch out. Good, from there, we're going to slowly take that block away, and you might want to, or the pillow, and you might want this now behind your head as you slowly bring yourself down onto your back. So if you are like me and you're quite rounded through your shoulders and you've got a tight back of the neck, this pillow is going to really help so that you can have your face pointing straight up to the ceiling rather than your chin being all the way back. I'm just going to line myself up on the mat. Okay. So from here, just let the feet really ground down into the floor. They're not too close, they're not too far away. Knees are bent in line with your hips. And you're just letting the back of the head and the shoulders open out onto the mat. We're going to reach our arms above our chest, palms facing away from us. Now from there, draw your elbows down by your side in line with your elbows. Fingertips are still pointing up to the ceiling. From there, fold the arms back, so the back of the hands now go on the floor. And you're in this capital E shape or this right angle. And if you're quite tight like me through the upper body, you're going to feel this quite a lot. Now you want your lower back to start to melt towards the mat. We don't want it to lift. Let the back of your pelvis, your tailbone feel nice and heavy. Try to get your shoulder blades on the mat. You might need to adjust the arms to what feels good for you. Good. Now from here, We're going to shift, keep the arms where they are, but we're going to shift our hips over to the right. You're going to have your feet slightly separated, and then you're going to let your legs drop to the left. You're going to turn your head to the right. So your head has gone away to the way the legs are going. And you're just getting this little twist through your waist. A little bit more through the arms, the upper body, the chest. Now, if you want a slight deeper stretch, you're going to take that leg that's on top and hook it over the top of the underneath leg. And it just is going to anchor that other leg down and give you a slight deeper stretch. You might feel it a little bit more around the outside of the hip, the glutes now. Good. And then come up and do the same to the other side. So you're going to shift your hips over to the left. As your legs drop to the right, your head will turn to the left, away from the legs. Arms are in that capital E. And then you're going to pick up, if you want to, that left leg and hook it over the right. This might be a bit much, but just see how you go. And you're trying to pull your upper body and your pelvis back down towards the mat, like it's being pulled the opposite way to your legs. Good. Unhook the legs, come back to the center. Good. We're going to take the left leg and we're going to cross it over the right leg now, like a figure of 4. So you've got the sole of the foot pointing to the right and your knee pointing to the left. Now, this might be enough. The right leg that is still in contact with the floor, you might need to straighten it out lower to the floor to help you with this one. Otherwise, if you want a deeper stretch, you're now going to take hold of that right leg that's still in contact with the floor. You're going to hug it into your chest, looping your hands or your arms through your leg and around the outside of the leg so that you can hug the back of that right leg. And as you draw in, this is really going to stretch out your glutes, your hips. Some of you that need a deeper stretch, you might want to hold the shin. And you're going to try and get that knee that's crossed over really opening out to the side. Let your shoulders relax. We're not lifting the head. So if you are, just drop that back leg down towards the mat. Good. And then let's switch to the other side. So we take now both feet to the floor. We cross the right leg just above the ankle over the left. We let the knee fan out to the side. Now, both hips should be facing up to the ceiling. This may be enough. Otherwise, hug the back leg in. This is definitely my tighter side. Good, and just hold here. Now, just tune in, just notice. Have you got a tighter side as well? We usually do. And the more we become, the more we become aware of these things, the more we know, what side we need to work on more, what side we need to stretch more. Just really breathe into it. With the exhale, just see if you can deepen that stretch. Good. Untuck the legs, hugging the knees back to the chest, and or hugging the knees to the chest, we haven't done that yet, but just have a little rock from side to side, back and forth, and just allow the back to get a little massage, and then give your legs a little circle, a couple times in one direction, back the other, like butterfly wings, opening and closing. And then come into a full body stretch, so reach your arms, your legs nice and long as they can go, really stretching the body out, from your fingers to your toes. Maybe circle the ankles, circle the wrists. Good, and then roll slowly over onto your front. Now you're going to bring yourself up onto your hands and your knees, and you're going to spread the hands nice and wide so that they're underneath the shoulders, shoulder width apart. And now your knees are going to be underneath your hips, hip distance apart. If you can't be in this position, bear with me, I'll show you a different option. When you're ready, we're going to round the spine all the way up to the ceiling. So we're going to tuck our chest and our tailbone under, really stretching through the back. And then we're going to go the opposite way for our cow. So we're going to see, can we lift our tailbone, lift our chest without sinking into the back? It's more like you're trying to find a hammock shape. Now really open the collarbone out and then go the opposite way. So for me, I really struggle with that cow because I'm so tight through the chest. So that for you might be the same. let's lift, open the chest, lift the tailbone. Now just keep coming in and out of this, so really nice to the back. And then you might want to start to kind of ripple, so you start with like the tailbone, then the middle back, then the chest starts to lift. And then you reverse and you go from your tailbone, curling under, your middle back, your chest, and just play around with it. Now, if this is not working for you, you can be in more of a seated position doing that, or even half standing with your hands resting just above your knees. And you can do this same cat stretch. Yeah, so just tweak whatever you need. Good, and then from here, we're gonna bring our feet together, open our knees to the width of the mat, and we're just gonna sit back. Now, it might not be much, you might not reach all the way here, and you might want to place your cushion or your block underneath your sit bones, so your sit bones reach there a little easier. Pressing your hands to the floor, we'll shift the weight forwards and just take the weight slightly over the wrist, not much, and then sit back again. Yeah, so we're just getting this little stretch for the inner legs, the wrists. You decide how wide you take those knees. Good. Lovely. Okay, squeeze the legs to parallel, and you're now going to step your right foot in between your hands. This is the last little bit now. So right foot in between the hands so that the sole of the foot is grounded on the mat and your ankle is right underneath your knee. You've created a nice little right angle. Now your back leg, the further you take your back leg back, the deeper the stretch, okay? So you decide what you need. Now if you can, you're going to lift up nice and tall, holding onto a wall if you need to. And you're going to try to tuck your pelvis under and push your hips forwards. So we're not sinking into the back, we're trying to tuck it under and feel a nice hip flexor stretch. Good, so you adjust to what feels good for you. You're grounding the sole of the front foot and the top of the back foot into the floor. Good, place the hands to frame that front foot, switch to the other side. Again, you can hold these as long, a little bit longer if you want to. Ground the other foot into the mat, find your right angle, lift up nice and tall. Adjust the back leg to what you need. If it needs to be further away, closer. And really try to tuck your tailbone under so your hips are rolling in towards you. Good, feeling those hips opening out through the front. Grounding the back foot as well as the front. Good, frame the front foot. Now bring the back foot to meet the front foot so you're back into your little crouch that we did right at the beginning. Now place the hands to the floor, slowly start to straighten your legs and see if maybe you can now reach your toes a little bit easier than you could at the start. Go again, you might want to bend into your crouch. See if you can place the hands to the floor and slowly straighten your legs as much as you can. And then roll all the way up to standing, lifting nice and tall. And that's it, you are done. So let me know in the comments if you could reach your toes easier than you could at the start, because I'd love to know. And let me know how you found this, if you'd like some more of these classes. And yeah, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next week for another one. Take care, bye.